Robert, are you with us? Are you? Okay. Aaron, go.
All right, fans, here we go. This bout coming your way features the big men of boxing, heavyweights in the ring, scheduled 4 rounds of boxing. Introducing to you first on my left, he's fighting out of the red corner. He enters the ring wearing blue trunks, gold trim, and hailing from Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico. His weight is at 195 pounds, with a record of 2 wins and 3 losses. Please welcome Jaime Munguia. And his opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the blue corner in this 4-round heavyweight bout. He is wearing Irish green trunks and fighting out of Irvine, California. His weight this evening is a ready 191.5 pounds, with a record of 1 win, no losses, 1 draw, with 1 win by way of knockout. He is the world-renowned heavyweight kickboxing champion. Welcome the undefeated Cash McCallum. Referee in charge, Robert Berg.
Well, Robert Berg will be the 3rd man in the ring between the 2 heavyweights, set to go 4 rounds here this afternoon at Irvine, California. And quite obviously we know, with the young man in the green trunks, Cash McCallum will certainly be the favorite as he fights in his hometown of Irvine. And Tijuana's own Jaime Munguia comes in as his opponent here this afternoon. Munguia, by the way, just arrived before fight time, was actually weighed in just south here at San Diego to make this fight and get it complete, since he couldn't make the weigh-in yesterday. So we'll find out what happens as we're ready for round 1, scheduled for 4 of the heavyweights.
It's a great name for a pro boxer, Cash McCallum.
McCallum weighed in at 191.5, and these 2 heavyweights waste no time going after each other. Munguia at 195 pounds, and they're right above us, slugging away.
Well, McCallum is a former kickboxing champion and really just converted now to regulation boxing, so Munguia might want to keep an eye to make sure that McCallum doesn't use the feet as flippers.
I think a front kick or a spinning back kick might do just the trick here for Munguia.
Seriously, Sam, you know, there's been a trend lately of kickboxers switching to boxing. Troy Dorsey was a kickboxer, was a world champion until just recently, only held the title for featherweight title of the IBF for 1 bout, but he made it, and now we see a slew of kickboxers who want to get in and get the cash in boxing.
So Cash McCallum in the green, 25 years of age. Munguia at 21, both are 6 feet tall, and you heard the unillustrious record of 2-3 for Munguia, and 1-0-1 with a draw there for Cash McCallum.
Well, Munguia's brought in, you mentioned, against the hometown favorite. He's obviously not supposed to win, but funny things do happen in a boxing ring.
And again, anytime the heavyweights get there, we are 1 punch away from a decision on a fight being determined very quickly. Cash McCallum here in his hometown, very warmly received, would like to be the man on the giving end of that 1 punch that he might need. One thing when you fight Mexican fighters, you never really know what to expect because you don't know what kind of competition they fought like.
Well, it's really rare to see a Mexican heavyweight, and technically, you know, both these fighters are really cruiserweights, although they're built here in the heavyweight division. The Mexican boxer is only 195 pounds, Cash McCallum 191.5. So, you know, against men the size of Razor Ruddock, George Foreman, Mike Tyson, they would be dwarfed.
McCallum, you take a look at him with less than a minute to go in round 1. He's on the right in the green. Jaime Munguia out of Tijuana, Old Mexico, in the blue with the gold stripe. And again, it has been McCallum who has tried to take the fight to Munguia, even though Jaime has thrown some good counter punches, and they did exchange quite heavily there early on in round 1.
Good countering right hand by Munguia. It's really his first good shot of the fight. He caught McCallum leaning in.
And McCallum trying to dig that uppercut to the body. Munguia comes over the top. Cash comes right back to the combination.
Looks to me like Cash McCallum, although he looks to be in great shape, is huffing and puffing a little, Sam.
He is indeed. Robert Berg warning McCallum for pulling a possible elbow. Closing seconds of round 1. Scheduled for 4. These again listed as heavyweights, but weight-wise just about the cruisers, and they have entertained the fans for round 1 here in Irvine. Good look at Cash McCallum, again from Irvine, California. 25-year-old former kickboxer, and a guy with some notoriety in the kickboxing ranks. And I would think that would probably be the hardest thing to do, is to go in and forget about doing the kicking, particularly if you started karate first and then picked up boxing secondly, I think.
Yeah, well, again, we've had a bunch of, we'll see some action here. McCallum did not use his feet. They're just brawling with fists. Some good body punches there by Munguia. And a nice right hand. That's that nice countering right there, but lead right, rather, by the Mexican boxer. Again, a rarity to see a Mexican heavyweight. There have been so many fine champions, world champions, and contenders out of Mexico, but unusual to see a big guy.
Yeah, you normally see the flyweights and the bantamweights and the junior lights and etc., but getting up in the heavyweights, they haven't had notoriety. This is round number 2 of the heavyweights, fighting in cruiserweight fashion here with 191 for McCallum in the green and Munguia out of Old Mexico at 195. Both fighters again exchanging some pretty good punches in round 1. Might have been a difficult one to score as McCallum took the fight, but Munguia countered very, very well in the first round.
Although he's got a 2-3 record, Munguia doesn't appear to me to be what's known in a derogatory manner here in the States as a tomato can. He seems like he's here to fight.
There's some talk about he might come in with blue trunks with Manuel's Tacos on the back as a advertisement, but he elected not to do that today. And McCallum here with his local green in Irvine, California. Good following as he snaps the left jab in the face of the Mexican fighter.
Guy named Cash, I suppose he can only wear the color green.
Well, he won't pick up as much cash as he made later on in his career. A kind of a lumbering, brawling cruiserweight type. Runs right into a left hand thrown by Munguia there.
A few punches south of the border by Munguia.
No pun intended, I'm sure.
Below San Diego, but referee Robert Bird doesn't seem concerned.
Yeah, Munguia at 195, even though we're only in the second round, seems to be in reasonably good shape. He has a little fat tissue around the middle, but breathing easily out of his nose, throwing some good punches. Good opponent here for Cash McCallum. Oh, good left hand by Cash.
Nice straight left. Good stiff jab by Cash McCallum.
That's another thing about fighting Mexican fighters. It's like a rubber ball. You keep throwing them against the wall and they keep coming back at you.
Durability is often their middle name.
It normally is the difference between groceries on the table next week or none, depending on how the outcome of the fight comes. So they fight with a great deal of intensity.
In fact, Sam, under Mexican rules and regulations, boxers are allowed to turn pro at 15, 16 years old. So you'd often find a Mexican pro of, say, 22, 23 may have had 50, 60 pro bouts. Little blood in the right nostril of Cash McCallum.
Which means, quite obviously, that Munguia has gotten a punch or two in there, and he has. And one of the places Cash McCallum may not want to be is inside, rumbling with Munguia. He scored well in there. That time Cash backs him up with a pretty good right hand. Now Munguia checking to see if he's got some blood coming from the nose, which he doesn't at the moment. Closing seconds of the second round. They're set for 4 rounds.
Two crude fighters, but willing fighters.
Munguia brawling away. Cash trying to cover up, trying to lash out with a punch or two.
Not a lot of ring science on display here, Sam.
Closing seconds of the second round. Both fighters now a little blood. One for the nostril of McCallum, the mouth of Munguia as they finish with a throw in the second round. Well, a good look at Jaime Munguia out of Tijuana, Old Mexico. 21-year-old, and across the way his opponent Cash McCallum from right here in Irvine. And again, as Michael pointed out, the big guys have come to rumble a bit here in these first 2 rounds, and it may not be the most artistic of fighting, but nonetheless a very entertaining fight here at the University of California at Irvine. McCallum being towed down again. Just a slight trickle of blood from his nostril a moment ago. However, there is a cut on the inside of the mouth of Munguia across the way, and this may be one of the punches here as we take a look at the replay that may have started that, even though that was high on the head.
Yeah, I wonder, Sam, that seemed a little too high, but definitely a river of blood in the mouth now of Munguia.
Yeah,
there's a shot of it. That lip is busted up.
Ouch.
He's a hurting senor, I'll tell you that.
Is that the way they close cuts in Mexico? I guess so, huh?
Oh, Cash.
There is some stoppage of the time here before both fighters come off their stool. And they're going to give, I believe, Munguia a little extra time. That's rather unusual. Right now they're deducting a point. I'm not sure what the discussion's going on right now with the referee, Robert Bird. Going over to the McCallum camp to explain now as they still work on that lip of Munguia.
That's the end of the fight.
They're going to stop it with that cut on the inside of the lip. Apparently too much to continue, and Cash McCallum gets the win.
They weren't able to repair it during the 1 minute rest, and so it's a knockout victory for Cash McCallum.
So Cash gets his second win against no losses but one draw, and a terrible cut on the inside of the mouth of Munguia is going to stop the fight before he can come off the stool. So it's officially a TKO in the first round. Is that correct, Mike? When he doesn't answer the bell?
I think under the California state rules, it would be the end of the first round.
So that's the way it goes.
Not out for round two.
As Cash McCallum does officially get the win, and you saw the exuberant jump by this young Californian as he gets the victory here. Cruiserweight, anything you see there that could make this young man a guy that could do? Well, let's go to Jimmy Lennon for the official time and find out for sure if it's in the first or second. Here's Jimmy.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round number 2, fighter is unable to continue. On advice of the corner, the referee in charge, Robert Bird, stops the contest. The winner by way of knockout, he is still undefeated, Cash McCallum.
So Cash McCallum gets the official TKO as he gets the victory, as Jaime Munguia cannot answer the bell. And the fight is stopped with Munguia on the stool with a cut inside the mouth. And they congratulate each other, but Cash McCallum is the man that comes away with the victory as the heavyweights fight here in Irvine, California.
What is it? We don't know. Maybe Castro? Yeah, he's there. What is it?
All right, let's go.